Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes weekly webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today from our friends at Hunkydory Crafts, we've got bookmark toppers, delightful days, and they're 24 sheets, okay, to potentially make 24 cards, but you can make way more than that. We've also got the Delightful Days DL length paper pad with coordinating papers. So cute. And you guys, I made this card in a 5 by 6.5 inch format using one of the bookmarks, another one on the inside, and sort of moved around all the greetings and things. So we're going to show you different formats that you can use as far as card sizes to use on these. This is also our giveaway card for this episode, so if you stick around, you'll learn how one lucky viewer can win this card to keep or share with a friend. So come play with us. All right, you're getting 24 sheets, and you're getting 3 sheets of each one. And this particular one is great for the guys. All right, so we've got poker, a jukebox, beer, we've got dartboard and pool. And then you've got all these different greetings, and you're getting 3 each of these, okay? So if you even just used one on each card, you would have so many to use. And then the adorable cats. Oh, so cute. Just got all these different color combinations for maybe your cat's color scheme is on here. And dogs. Okay, this one is great for the pet lovers. Love it. And then, oh cute, the nature ones with the bee, the ducks, the bunny, the swan, and the cute little bird. Absolutely adorable. 3 of those. Then so fun, you guys. Look at all this for the teens, the kids, okay? We've got the video game remote, the burger, the junk food, the cool teddy bear. Your teddy bear has to be cool. The guitar and bowling. And I love that, all the great sentiments. So great for birthday cards. And then this is the one I used on my card that I showed you in the opening. So you've got all these beautiful purple roses, hydrangeas. They're absolutely gorgeous. And all these different little scenes. And then we've got the adorable gnomes. So cute. Love that with the little balloons. Here's one just sitting on a park bench with the hammock and the cute little toes. Here's one just on the water and then on a swing. And then the beautiful flowers. Absolutely gorgeous for spring and summer. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's go back to the one I originally made here. Okay, so as you can see, I used this one with the windowsill, and I used the paper pad on my 5 by 6.5 inch card, and there's so many papers in here that would work with this purple scheme. I mean, you've got this one, and then this one, which is like this toll. It's almost like this white with lavender botanical toll on there. It's really beautiful. Whoops. And then I paired it with a gingham. So cute with this lavender gingham. So I just took a little 1-inch strip of the lavender gingham and the white and lavender rose botanical print. I cut them both to the same height, and then I just sort of glued this larger piece and then this border down across it. And then I took my little bookmark and I went ahead and added some, this is polished gold and beautiful, very glossy metallic gold cardstock, and just gave it a little border, and then I foam taped that on there and then glued the border to the card. Went ahead and foam taped the little greetings from the background sheet. And then in each corner, especially on the insides, you guys, I used these fantastic gold corner peel-offs. Now, these aren't exactly dazzle stickers, meaning that Paper Wishes or Hot Off the Press didn't design them. They're actually from our dazzle sticker manufacturer in Holland. So that's why they're called peel-offs. That Yay is the name of the company. And I just used those in the corners. I used a leftover scrap of the gingham. I matted this bookmark and then went ahead and added that to the right side, another scrap over here, and foam taped the greeting, and then left you a nice little place for writing, okay? So as I said, this is our giveaway card. I'm going to tell you all about it at the end of the video, so stick around. All right, so next, you guys, we've got the poker theme. This is a slimline tent fold card. Okay, so it's almost 4 inches wide, just shy of 4 inches wide, and then it's 8.5 inches tall. And for this one, Debbie used the green plaid background paper. There we go. See how nicely it fits. This whole thing is just about the right size. You do have to cut it down a little bit, but there's just no waste, which is really nice. And then she cut down this, like, it's like a weave on here. It's like a woven sort of mat. Come on, where is it? There it is. All right, and she cut that into 2 strips, glued those, and then glued the bookmark here on some of the wood grain paper, which is also in here, like this dark wood. And then she used gold straight line dazzle stickers. These come in a thick sticker width and a very thin one. And she used the thin stickers to go around this and outline. She outlined the entire card with them. She foam taped the greeting here, foam taped the greeting, and then she added gold star dazzle stickers. They actually come in a package with gold and silver, and the holographic makes it kind of hard to see, but there you go. There's so many stars on here. She added those all over, which I just think makes it super festive. Okay, next. Oh, let's have a closer look at this one. So yeah, she used the poker one. I love, there's so many greetings to use for all of them as well. All right, next. Oh, I love this card that she made. All right, so this one, you guys, is so unique. It folds like this, so you can fit it into an envelope, but look what it does. It pops open. Oops, I have to take the little tag off of it. So it pops open like this, so it has a really cool way to stand. Look how it displays, like that. And then if you turn it around, there's a nice place to write your little greeting, and then it just folds like that. Isn't that cool? I think that is really clever, and it's so easy to make. Okay, so what you're gonna do is, you're gonna take a 5 by 6.5 inch card, and then your scoreboard, and grab that. And then you're gonna open this card up and you're gonna score this at 2.5 inches, okay, because that's 5 inches wide. So you're just gonna, if you're doing this on a different size card, you just take the width of the card and you just score it at the half mark. Okay, so in this case, 5 inches wide, you're scoring it at 2.5 inches here, and then you're also scoring it on the back 2.5 inches. And then you take some cardstock, and or maybe a card, just one side of your card, but you take some cardstock, and this measures 5.5 inches wide, all right? And then you're gonna score by 5.5 inches wide by 6.5 inches long. You're gonna score it at 1/2 inch here, okay? So that brings it back to 5 inches wide again. And then you're gonna score that at 2.5 inches, all right? So then, so you essentially have just like another half of a card, and then you just added a little flap to it. There we go. And then I put a little bit of tape on it. Now you can use all different kinds. We have glue, or you could use tape, and I just grabbed these two. We have super strong tape, and this is white, and it's a tear tape. And then we have the extra sticky tape, which is the red backed one, which does not tear, but they're both equally as good. And we just put some right there. You see Debbie wrote me a little note, says glue. She takes good care of me when I'm doing these demonstrations. And then I'd like to use a little pokey tool on the red one because it helps get the backing off. All right, and then you're just gonna take this and we're just going to attach them. So you're just lengthening your card. Just like this, okay? Now the next thing you're gonna do, you can take more tape or you can just take glue. And for glue, you guys, for all of our cards, we love Cosmic Shimmer Specialist Acrylic Glue and also Nuvo Glue Deluxe Adhesive. They're both acrylic, they both dry clear, they're both great, and they're both on our supply list down below the video. Debbie and I like putting them in the little bottles. And we're just gonna take one of these little panels. And as I said, you can use tape. It's just that I don't want to sit here and cover this whole thing with tape right now. And we're going to do that, and then we're going to take the other side. She wrote me a little note, blue, and we're just aligning this side. There you go. Isn't that cool? All right, that's just exactly what you made. And then she took some patterned paper and she backed it with some black cardstock. So it's the patterned paper from this. Okay. She cut it down to slightly smaller than her 5.5 inch by 6.5 inch panels, and then matted it with a little black cardstock, and then she matted each one of her bookmarks with black cardstock as well, and then glued, foam taped, okay? And then this one, she actually cut out this little guy from one of the bookmarks. So you've got, he's under here as well, but then she cut out another bookmark and foam taped that on there, so he's 3D, which is so cool. And then on the back side, remember, you've got your little place here for writing. Just brilliant. Just did a really great job with this. And like, how easy is that to put together, right? Love that. All right, the last card I'm going to show you guys. The next one is a swinging doors card from our cutting dies. And there's a little space between the front of the card frame and the back of the card. You just grip that and look what it does. Isn't that cool? And this one looks very complicated, but it is not, and I'm going to show you how to put it together. So we have the cutting dies here at Paper Wishes, and there's step-by-step like pictorial instructions, but also written instructions right here, but I'm going to walk you through it. So the first thing you're going to do is take your cutting dies, and of course you do need a die cutting machine for this. And then Debbie recommends taking your little frame, and this one right here, she actually cuts 3 layers of cardstock, okay? So that it's a nice heavy weight cardstock. Now, if you're using like 100-pound solid cardstock or something like that, you wouldn't have to do as many. But this way you have a nice firm thing to kind of grasp onto when you're pulling, and it does make a difference in how the whole thing structurally works. So that's a tip from Debbie. The Debbie, yes. And I would actually glue it a little better than this, but we're gonna not take all day to do this. All right, we're gonna let that dry a little bit. So then you take your card base right here. This is a 5.5, excuse me, this is a 5 by 6.5 inch card. And then I've already taken this piece right here and I've die cut it. And then I put tape. Now, Debbie recommends using, this is the, I think it's 3/4 of an inch wide sticky tape. I'll put all of our tapes and glues and stuff in the supplies down below the video if you're watching us on our paperwishes.com page. All right, so we take that. You've got tape all the way along the back on this one side, and then you've got it on these little tiny flaps. So I'm going to take my pokey tool. I mean, and you could use glue, but we recommend using a tape. We just have had better results. Ooh, before I do that, I need to take the back off, Lene. See, now that's going to be all sticky because I did the front first. There we go. Oh, come on. So, yes, I would recommend you take the backing off first. Then remember, this is your card fold right here. You're going to take this and put it right up next to the fold, making sure you are even with the top and the bottom. Okay, now take your tapes off. That one's sticky already. I think we dodged something right there. All right, we're going to do that. Okay, now we have another one of these. Okay, so for this one, we're going to take the tape off the back. And I'm going to put this one, see how I'm sticking it under here? Put this one even with this other edge. This is like burgundy piece. I'm going to put it right next to these little flaps, like that. Now you notice I have a green piece of cardstock right here. That's because I taped it there to remind myself. Okay, so these are this little piece right here Okay, we have 2 of these, and these are what Debbie used to cut down her bookmark pieces. Okay, so that would be your decorative paper that you would add, like if you were using patterned paper, or in this case bookmarks, you would use that die to put them right here. And I'm going to do the other one. Okay, so that, and it's good to make sure that they're aligned at the top and the bottom. You don't want them staggered. It's a good thing about using glue on this part. You can kind of move them over a little bit. All right, there we go. Now let's finish taking off these little tapes. It's probably a good idea to take these tapes off on these little flaps when you are ready to use them. I kind of jumped ahead a little bit. All right, so that's what you're gonna do. Now, remember this piece right here, this frame that we layered with 3 of them? We're gonna take this and we're just going to put it even with the outside edges of the card, but it's gotta connect with those 4 pieces of tape when we put it down. All right, and then the other thing is this little piece right here on the right side is going to kind of overlap it a little bit, but you can do that like later. The most important part is that you get everything even with the edges. Just like that. Oh, I was off a tiny little bit right there, but it's good. All right, and so then when you pull this, that's what it does. See, that's not hard. See, we did it together. Okay, so if you want to like use this, just watch that again. Except do better on the tape part, on the little flaps that I did. But yeah, look what Debbie did. She used the solid brown, and then she used from the paper pad that cute little paw print paper right there. She used that on really the entire piece right here. Like this piece, she die cut it from brown cardstock, and then she die cut it again from the paw print paper, and then she glued that on top of the cardstock so that when you open everything, it matches, which is nice. She covered the inside back, or the front of her card rather, with that paper as well. And I believe she just kind of used because it's not quite as wide as the card, she probably used one of these seam panels as like a seam under here, because I can't see where it overlaps. And then along the outside edges, she used these oval gold pearl jewel dazzle stickers, which we love. And they have this little oval circle shape to them. Really, really cute. And then added the little greetings. And of course you could absolutely decorate the inside. You have enough stuff left for that, for sure. Okay, you guys, fantastic collection of these bookmarks. We've had these several times in the past, different collections, and you guys have loved them, and they've just sold right out. So Paulette's like, okay, they like the bookmarks. We're gonna have to get some more. So we tried to give you new ideas every time we show them, and Debbie is just brilliant at doing that. So definitely leave Debbie some love in the comments for these. She's just loves doing engineering and does a great job with these. So you guys, the money saver for this, if you're watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode page, is right there on the right hand side. All of the items used, all the dazzle stickers and things like that, down below the video. If you are watching us on our paperwishes.com webisode page, then or if you're watching us on our YouTube channel, just look below the video in the description box and you'll see a link that will take you to this Paper Wishes webisode page at paperwishes.com, where you can find the money saver. So if you look down below the video, and you'll see full color photos of these cards. If you look below that, you'll see all the giant supply lists that we have as well. So for our giveaway card, all right, this is how we work it. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday videos, we do a card giveaway, and we are promoting our Paper Wishes YouTube channel. So we just ask that you hop on over to YouTube if you are on our paperwishes.com page, and you just search My Paper Wishes, and then we ask that you subscribe, and we ask that you like this video and leave us a comment. So like, comment, subscribe. And then after about a week, we'll reply, congratulations, YouTube username blank, to one viewer. You do have to know your username, so you could go back and look at your comment to see what your username is. and then we give them instructions on how to claim their card. So it's a good idea if you're watching to hit the notification bell at the top right hand corner on YouTube so you know when we are doing card announcements and dropping new videos. Thanks so much for joining me today, you guys. These bookmark cards are so fun to make. I wouldn't wait on this one, and I'll see you in the next one.